Good evening, South Brunswick. I call the meeting in order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
What is that? We have bottles? Are we good? Okay. New Jersey Public Meeting Act was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, the board secretary has caused notice of this meeting, including date, time, and location, to be posted in the South Brunswick Library, the board office filed with the township clerk, and communicated to the Home News Tribune and the Star Ledger. Mr. Pulaski, roll call, please.
Mr. Roger Krishnan. Mr. Ray Keener. Mr. Joyce or Mrs. Joyce Mehta. Mr. Mike Mitchell. Dr. Stephen Parker. Here. Dr. Smita Raj. Mrs. Lisa Rogers. Yes. Mr. Joseph Scaletti. Here. Mr. Barry Nathanson.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Can I get a motion to approve tonight's agenda, please?
So moved.
Moved by Dr. Parker. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Rogers. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, before I go any further, today was a sad day in South Brunswick. The school district, as we learned of the passing of one of our district's family members, Sandra Ballesteri, a paraprofessional in our life skills program at the high school, passed away early today. Sandy started working in our district in 2003 as a hall para and eventually moved into a para position to support students in the classroom of our life skills program. Please keep Sandy and her family in your thoughts. And I'm calling on everybody for a moment of silence, please. Thank you. Moving along, board minutes of May 12th, 2021. Do I get a motion, please? Motion by Mr. Mitchell. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Keener. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed or abstentions? Moving along, report of student representative. Zoya, come join us at the mic.
Okay, so this is my last time doing this, but I hope you all had a great day and are having a nice night so far. As always, I'm going to start off with the activities department. So yesterday was Survivor Day, and basically all the teachers and students dressed up in their best safari outfits, and they wore their Survivor shirts, which were a huge hit among the staff. Our elections are also now over. We just wrapped them up. So congratulations to our new class council and our student council. I'm so excited to see what you guys are going to accomplish next year and wish you all the best. The junior year end of year celebration is happening very soon. It's coming up right on June 15th, so make sure to keep an eye out on that. Prom was a huge success, so it was this past Saturday. I went as well, and it was honestly so much fun, and I'm sure that everyone who went there would say the same. The venue was pretty, everyone was dressed up so nice, the food was pretty good, so yeah, we're all just really thankful that we got prom. The Parendell player production, Little Women, if you missed it, you're in luck because you can now watch it on demand for a very limited time. You can only watch it until June 22nd. You can buy tickets online, and you have 48 hours after you purchase your ticket. So make sure to check that out if you're interested and to support our really great theater group. Now, graduation is coming up. It's only in 12 days. I can't believe we're all about to go into the next chapter of our lives in literally 12 days. It's on June 22nd at the Cure Arena, and grad practice is starting next week, and it is mandatory. So seniors, make sure to attend that. And also very exciting news, for the first time ever, South Brunswick High School seniors are able to decorate their grad caps. So that is something new. So I hope everyone really takes creative liberty with that and goes and decorates their caps. Also, today was paint night. It's Viking Volunteers fundraising event. That's why I have paint all over my fingers. I just came from there. It was a really great day. The weather was nice, and we were able to, we will be donating over $2,000 to the New Jersey Pandemic Relief Fund. So we are really thankful to the club members who made it possible, and also to the people who aren't a part of the club but also attended and enjoyed the event. Now I'm going to be talking about the athletics department as always. So the freshman first singles player, Nithin Sankar, was named to the All-Red Division All-Greater Middlesex County Conference teams for boys tennis. Nithin finished second overall in the GMC Conference tournament. The boys spring track team won the Red Division title with 89-51 win over East Brunswick. They finished 6-0. That is insane. The boys team also won the GMC Track Conference Championship on May 17th through the 18th at South Plainfield, 160-95 over East Brunswick, while medaling out of 16 out of 18 events. So that is an amazing record. The girls spring track and field team won the GMC Championship for the 15th straight year. The team had 3 individual event winners, Hushi Gupta in the high jump, Ava Hutchinson in the javelin, and Renee Nardi in the long jump. The team also finished undefeated in dual meets with a victory on Saturday over East Brunswick to clinch the Red Division title. SBHS freshman Anushka Sawant just completed the greatest season ever by a member of the Vikings golf program. Anushka won the Greater Middlesex Conference golf title with the 2 under 33. So this is 9 holes, and finished second in the Central Jersey Girls Golf League with a 2 over 37, which is also 9 holes. Before finishing fourth of 75 players with a 5 over 77, which is 18 holes, in the NJSIAA Tournament of Champions at the North Jersey Country Club in Wayne. Junior Tanvi Dipesh placed 6th at the GMC tournament and 9th at the Central Jersey Girls Golf League tournament. Gianna Pacilio, a junior, placed 7th at the GMC tournament. Also, the team overall placed 2nd at the GMC tournament with a season low score of 169. So congratulations to them. Now, this year is coming to an end, and we are already gearing up for the next year. So sports forms are already being accepted. There is actually a black box available by the high school gym entrance for only high school sports forms. So you're able to go there and drop off your form from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., so just keep an eye out on that. And also, high school cheerleading tryouts are already coming up for next year. They are held from June 7th through the 10th. And the high school dance auditions are also coming up from the 12, 14, 15, and 16. So if you want more information about that, or you are interested in going out for them, make sure to check out the website. So lastly, besides my report, I just wanted to say that obviously this year was not normal at all, but I came here and I saw you guys, the great board, fight for us every single time and really try to do right by the students. And I just want to let you guys know that your efforts were not unseen. We all see what all of you guys did, and we truly, truly appreciate it. It was truly an honor and a privilege to be able to sit with you guys and be the voice for South Brunswick High School. And I'm so thankful that the students, they voted me in the first place. This was really an experience that I won't forget. And I'm really excited for the next chapter of my life. And I'm glad that you guys were a part of this one. So thank you for that. And for the last time ever, that was my report for tonight. Thank you.
So I just want to thank you for what you did this year. It wasn't, like you said, a normal or easy year, and you've done a great, fantastic job. So again, I want to wish you all the best going forward. Where are you going? Rutgers. Okay. Well, you do the best. We know you will, and enjoy. Moving along to our report of Superintendent, Mr. Scott Feather.
All right, also just Zoya, congratulations. You're gonna have a great time in college next year. Hopefully you'll be in class, present, all of that wonderful stuff. You did a great job here representing, and you should feel proud of the work you did, so thank you very much. All right, so to the board, you'll be adopting, well, we're asking you to adopt a calendar tonight. It's just a revision. The sole purpose of the revision would just be what we do every year. We added in the early release days. So that just has to be board approved, so take a look, or you probably already looked. If you have any questions, let us know. And that's kind of where we're going with the calendar for next year. We are going to make another revision. It's not on the calendar tonight. It was brought to our attention that we did not put Diwali down in November because it's a day off already. So we're going to adjust the calendar to acknowledge Diwali as well as the day off it is. So thank you for that recommendation, Dr. Raj. Tonight, next meeting, you're going to be hearing about our retirees. And there'll be, great celebration for them. Again, different, like everything else has been different this year. But we hope that people can join us. Feel free to come in person or watch online. But these people have put in the time, and the way they finished their last year was probably not the way they had hoped. Just like Zoe, you probably hoped for a different senior year as well before you retired from South Brunswick Schools. We want to tell you about an important piece. Social media and the use of phones is a whole new universe. And for us older folks, it's not as common practice as it is for the kids. So the Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office just gave us some information on an upcoming Zoom option they're having on June 17th. It's addressing a parent's guide to your child's cell phone. I assume that's going to be a pretty neat one, and one that might be very popular. So information with the Zoom link went home on the District Weekly. And if you do have any questions, reach out to Marianne Murphy. She'll get you all set up. Some happy news. Our own Rafael Morales. Rafael is our Director of Special Needs and Student Services. And for the second year in a row, he was voted by his peers as the Middlesex County Director of the Year in his field. That's very rare. And we want to congratulate Raf. He's done a great job. He represents South Brunswick well, and I know he's a go-to in the county for other directors looking for information. Raf knows his stuff, and congratulations to Raf on behalf of the board and everybody. You represent well. Before I turn this over to Marty and then to Dr. Diz, the questions I get now pretty much are about masks. Actually, I'd say 95% of my questions are about masks. Thank you to legislature, the Trenton, and everyone else who's made that so popular. And the other questions are about next year. What are we doing in September? I'm going to try and be as clear as I can. I have no idea. That's as clear as I can probably be about September. I have no idea. We've been told some things, and then they've been shaped and reshaped. As far as information from the Department of Education for September, we received nothing. Zero. Not a word, not a moment, not a letter of the alphabet. So as of right now for September, the only thing we have to go on are tweets and messages from press conferences from the governor. The best we can do is kind of take that information and see what we believe it means. But at this time, we're stopped doing that. Superintendents around the state are pretty much at the point where we're going to stop doing that. We cannot continue to respond and react to every tweet or every press conference that is not followed up by any guidance. Masks in the last 2 weeks was the latest of a litany of topics that have been treated in that exact manner. People forget. But if you've heard or watched what happened with masks in the last 2 weeks, it went from one topic to another topic to people believing that boards of education had full choice to make any decision they wanted about masks. Why would people believe that? Well, because that's what was said at a press conference. That was not true. And as you know, we sent out one email, then a second email, and I probably could have sent out more emails on the same topic with different pieces of information. I feel for our families, I feel for our staff, I feel for our kids who keep trying to figure out information that's coming from Trenton. I wish them luck, and if any one of them can figure it out, please tell us, because we certainly can't. And the reason we can't is there is no direct information coming from Trenton. There's information that is not clear, it is contradictory to its own information, and it's consistently done that way. If anyone wants to remember, a year ago, the topic wasn't masks. Does anyone remember what the topic was last May that was extremely confusing and ever-changing? Anybody? Once I say it, you're going to remember. Graduation.
There you go.
Anybody remember that? I know I remember. It's ingrained in my skull. Where we were told one thing changed, another thing changed, another thing and changed. And that happened consistently for about a month. And what happened was it just completely blew up districts, families. It just happened again with masks. Does anyone know what happened 3 weeks ago? It wasn't masks, it was the travel quarantine. Remember? There was a tweet and a press conference that said the travel quarantine is over. We announced that the travel quarantine was over. We were very excited about that being over, only to find out about 36 hours later, just kidding, it wasn't over. It was another press conference, followed by a tweet, then followed by sketchy guidance from Trenton. Does anyone know what happened before that one? About 3 weeks before that one? It was virtual learning. Does anyone remember? There'll be no virtual learning? Then 2 days later, well, maybe there'll be some virtual learning. Now, we absolutely have no idea if there will be virtual learning next year or not. We still do not know if there will be social distancing requirements. We still do not know if there will be quarantining requirements. So when people ask what's up for September, unfortunately my answer is I do not know. We're going to do our best in planning, and as soon as we have some level of comfort in any of our decisions, that's when we'll be able to speak. So instead of giving people the best information I have at the time, I'm just going to hold for a little while and wait and see if we do get the guidance we've been requesting and requesting and requesting pretty much daily from Trenton to give us information we need to best take care of our students and our families and our staff. So again, yes, I sound bitter, and I do understand that, but I am. It is already a hard time to be in a situation like a pandemic, and it's been made incredibly harder by lack of clarity, contradictions, and such. And the latest 2 weeks on masks is just one example of that. And while no one seems to understand what happens when one thing is said, it causes a whole group of people to want to see that happen, to only find out that really wasn't said. And who looks bad at the end of the day? I know I look bad every day with this. I have about 58 rules of leadership. One of the rules is explaining to new future administrators to understand this one truth. And that truth is, no matter what decision you make, it will be seen as a bad one by somebody. Never before has that been more true than this year. Every single decision made has two sides of the aisle. And that's the way it is. So we continue to try to make the best decisions we can. Next year, it would be awesome to not have to be making such decisions. For example, the latest thing that the governor has shared about masks, which was, I believe, yesterday, out of his, I heard it come from him, not a report, was that it looks like in September, the question of wearing masks, we'll leave that up to each school district to decide for themselves. Imagine that. Just imagine the concept. If something like masks is determined to be a safety measure, how could it then be a choice? And if it's not a safety measure, why would it even be considered a choice? But that's how it was just left. On Wednesday, June 9th, from the governor, is, to the best of his thinking right now, this will be a school-by-school decision on masks. The question we are all asking as superintendents and most likely boards of education, if masks are do whatever you want, what else is going to be do whatever you want? Is vaccine going to be do whatever you want? Is social distancing going to be do whatever you want? Are quarantining rules? Or are there actual medical professionals who are going to give guidance and direction to school districts? Because as far as I remember, I did not take one class in a medical school. Not one. So if you want me to make a decision about health and safety regarding something like that, I'll make it with the board and we'll make our best decision. But I can say that is not the direction we should be taking, where each district would be making decisions like that. So right now we are in limbo. We've been in limbo. Every time we feel we might get out of limbo, we get back in limbo again. So yes, I personally am bitter. I'd imagine our families are bitter. They've had enough of this. Our staff, I know, has had enough of this. I'd imagine the Board of Education has had enough of this. Unfortunately, it's June 10th, and that's where we are. And that's upsetting. And yes, each county has probably written letters on all this already. We don't get answers to our letters when we write them. We don't really get responses. And we just keep trying to do our best for our families. And I think we've done a very good job in South Brunswick. I think that our staff has been amazing. And I could not give them enough credit for what they've been able to accomplish. I think our kids have been beyond resilient. I think our families have been beyond patient. And I know it's all wearing thin. We have a few weeks left to go. I know people have great things planned for the end of this year. And as Zoya said, I'm thrilled that we were able to get a prom in. I'm thrilled we're getting a one graduation in on June 22nd at our normal center. And that's going to be an exciting day. And these kids have earned it. And lots of great things are happening at the end of this year. So before we jump into next year, we get to celebrate probably making it through the most challenging school year of any of our histories. And that really, we made it through because of who lives here and who works here. And I thank this board for all you've done to make it all possible this year. So that's my little speech today. Marty, I'm going to turn over to Marty Abschutz. Marty Abschutz is one of our founding fathers of the Education Foundation. And he's going to talk to you about the scavenger hunt.
Thank you, Mr. Feder, members of the Board of Education, and the greater South Brunswick community. Now, this is not my commentary on the board, but my usual partner that is usually here with me could not make it tonight. So I'm taking this selfie, having the board in the photo, to certify that I was here tonight and made this presentation. So if you ever wondered about what's the name of the field that's a soccer field that has lights and artificial turf, but has nothing to do with the high school, if you know where that is and you take a photo of yourself, that might be one of the answers to the clue for the Tour of South Brunswick photo scavenger hunt. Now, the reason I'm here tonight is to remind people that it is going to start tomorrow, and it goes through Father's Day, June 20th. You can sign up on our website, edfoundationsb.org. Teams will be 2 to 5 members. At least one person has to be 18 years old, so you can drive around town. We have a number of clues on our website once you sign up, and you take a photo of yourself or your team at that position, and once you accumulate all of the clues and have all of the photos, you submit that to us, and you're now eligible for 12 $25 gift certificates to restaurants in town, and 2 grand prizes of $100 gift certificates for 2 different restaurants in town. So this is a great thing we're doing. It's the Tour of South Brunswick photo scavenger hunt. So you could use your camera. You could use your phone. You don't need to have any special camera, just to show that you were there and you actually understood what the clue was. so that you can prove that you met the clue. Once you've met all the clues, you submit that to us, and you're in the running for the prizes and the 2 grand prizes. So again, that starts tomorrow. You sign up through our website, but you can even sign up after you take the photos, frankly, if you know what the clues are. But that'll also go through the end of the day on Father's Day. And then we'll be picking the winners in the subsequent week. I'm also very happy to announce that we have a date for the 2021 Taste for Education. Yes, it's coming back. In October 21st, we're switching to a Thursday night this year so that we think the more people will be able to come out since it's already the end of the week and shouldn't interfere with other opportunities. That it'll be at Pierre's again, and again, save the date, October 21st, Thursday night for the Taste for Education. Lastly, I'm very happy to announce that we will be bringing back the Tour de South Brunswick bicycle event, which is the biggest athletic event in the community, in the spring of 2022. And we look forward to having all our friends come back and ride our routes and enjoy themselves that way. And that is the report for tonight. So thank you very much. Again, the Tour of South Brunswick photo scavenger hunt starts tomorrow through Father's Day. It's a $5 per team entry fee, very modest, and you have the opportunity to win either a $25 gift certificate or a $100 grand prize gift certificate. Thank you, and have a good night.
Thank you.
And Marty, I do know the answer to that question, but I won't say it, okay?
That was an example of a clue. That's not necessarily one of the clues.
And
So, I wouldn't want those people that saw this or members of the board to have that advantage over
yeah, I don't want
anybody
to
else.
start getting emails. Don't email. And Peter Ratine is still not permitted to come to the taste because he wins everything. So
Got
just clarifying.
Take care of that.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, and my last part is to turn this over to Dr. Diz. She is going to be talking about our Special Olympics athletes.
Yeah, it's quite timely as we celebrate Raphael tonight. This falls under his department, and every year we have students at the middle school and high school that get to participate in the Special Olympics, and we really want to recognize those athletes tonight. So I'm going to ask my peers up here if you guys want to head to sit so you can see, but I want to tell you a little bit about it and just thank a couple people. First of all, I just want to say shout out and thank you to all the life skills teachers and the paras that support these children. Specifically supervisors, Emily Wright. She is a supervisor at the high school for this program, as well as Michelle Santa Maria at the middle school. Lots of collaboration and coordination they do to make this successful. So this year's athletes, they participated both virtually and in person. Coaches and aides supported our students, and they participated in the fun and competition and celebrated successes with our middle school and our high school athletes. We have two short videos to show you tonight. This first one will be the high school, and the second one is middle school. And in the middle school video, you will also see South's efforts connected to being identified as a unified champion school. So please enjoy and let's celebrate our student athletes.
I feel like new sunglasses, like a brand new pair of jeans. I feel like taking chances. I feel a lot like 17. I feel like windows roll down new city streets and cabs. I feel like anything can happen in life, and you take me right back when we were kids. Never thought I'd feel like this. Like when I close my eyes and don't even care if anyone
while they're readying that, I just want to, I don't know if that doesn't make you smile, I don't know what does. But I also noticed some other teachers in there. A lot of our phys ed teachers are also involved. And just a huge thank you and shout out to them. Next up will be our middle school video. And I think Reggie has it ready. Thanks, Reg.
Crossroads South is proudly recognized by Special Olympics New Jersey as a unified champion school. A unified champion school creates a climate of inclusion, acceptance, respect, and human dignity for all students. To ensure special education and general education students are equally engaged.
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, ooh, yeah, yeah. If you're tossing and you're turning and you just can't fall asleep, I'll sing a song beside you. And if you ever forget how much you really mean to me, every day I will remind you. Oh, find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need.
These students are amazing, they're fun, they're smart, they're kind, and such a part of our whole community. We also celebrate our soon-to-be life skills graduates next Friday, so it's an exciting event that we love to attend and support. So again, thank you to Raphael and to his whole department for the inclusivity and celebration of these kids. Thank you.
And Jen, I believe the torch run is tomorrow, is that correct?
Yes, it is. It's starting at the high school at 10 a.m.
Thank you. Okay, back to you, Mr. Feder, I guess.
Nope, I finished.
You done?
Yep.
Okay. I'd like to thank you for your on-point comments, because I know it becomes frustrating, not only for you, but for the board members and for the entire town. And they have been kind of all over the place. And what we think, sometimes what we think, or the message coming from Trenton is not necessarily the message. So, and for the people at home, so you understand, we're all masked. We're social distanced so much that we have 4 members that are usually down here on the dais, up on the stage, and Mr. Mitchell is almost in the next room. That's how far down he is. So, that being said, I'm going to open it to the public. The Board of Education recognizes the value of public comment on educational issues and the importance of allowing members of the public to express themselves on school matter of community interest. Complete copies of the rules that govern this portion of the meeting are available to the public at the back of the room, or you can obtain an advance copy by contacting the board office during regular business hours. We reserve the right to limit each speaker to no more than 3 minutes. It is our plan to listen to each member of the public. We will note all questions and comments made. Once all questions and comments from all members of the public are made, the Board of Education will respond, if necessary, to questions or comments in the most timely and efficient manner. Excuse me. I lost my place. Please consider made. Once all questions and comments from all members of the public are made, the Board of Education will respond, if necessary, to questions or comments in the most timely and efficient manner available. Please consider not repeating comments and questions made by other members of the public. I ask that you state your name, spell your last, place of residence, or your group affiliation. And now, since we are back in public, we post with every Friday folder that goes out regarding the meeting. All public comments will be accepted in person only. Board meetings will continue to be streamed live and can be accessed on the website prior to the start of the meeting at www.sbschools.org. We welcome and invite anyone who would like to make a public comment at our Board of Education meetings to please attend the in-person meeting. Meetings are held here at Crossroads North Middle School. Please remember, anyone attending or in-person meeting must wear a mask at all times and perform a pre-admittance self-evaluation exclusive of a temperature check at the door. Mr. Plowski, anybody signed up previously for the meeting?
We have no pre-registrations at this time.
So I open it up to the public if anyone's interested in speaking. Seeing no hands, close the public portion. Board committee reports. Anybody have any committee reports? I don't believe that we've had any meetings since. Seeing none, close the board. Committee reports. Approval of action items, consent agenda for June 10th, 2021. Do I get a motion?
Make a motion that we approve the action items.
Moved by Mr. Keener. I have a second. Second by Mrs. Rogers. Roll call, Mr. Plowski, please.
Mr. Raja Krishna?
Yes.
Mr. Ray Keener?
Yes.
Mrs. Joyce Mehta? Yes. Mr. Mike Mitchell?
Yes.
Dr. Stephen Parker?
Yes.
Dr. Smita Raj? Yes. Mrs. Lisa Rogers?
Yes?
Mr. Joseph Scaletti?
Yes.
Mr. Barry Nathanson?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Plowski. Moving along, board comments and communication. Anyone to my right? Mrs. Rogers, go ahead.
Just very quickly, I just want to congratulate the class of 2021. I'm thrilled that you guys are moving on. I'm going to miss Zoya. And I just want to wish you all the very best in your next chapter. So congratulations.
Thank you. Anyone else to my right? Mr. Mitchell, go ahead.
I'd also like to piggyback off Mrs. Rogers and congratulating the class of 2021 on their getting to this point and moving forward. It takes me back many, many years when I was doing the same thing, and to be able to witness you in a few days do the same thing is going to be very rewarding, very exciting for me. And I'm sure your families are very excited, so kudos to the parents, because I know they go through a lot. Thank you for your efforts. Also to the Special Olympics, to those participants, congratulations to them as well. You're very near and dear to my heart. Basically, this is what I do. So So I'm very happy for each and every participant, for every staff member that works with them. Thank you for what you do. And also to the parents. We can never forget about the parents. Thank you for what you do as well, and for your, for what you do. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else to my right? How about my left? Mrs. Madrigal. Go ahead.
So, first of all, I echo what Mr. Mitchell has just said about the Special Olympics. Our hearts just skip a beat when we see these students accomplishing so much. We couldn't be prouder of the Special Olympics team and all of the special ed students that we have in our district. Just want to say congratulations, class of 2021, and to you, Zoya, personally, I'm telling you that I'm very, very proud of everything that you've achieved. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for all your efforts and for producing excellent reports at every single board meeting. I wish you nothing but the best for your future, and I know that you're going to achieve every dream and every wish that you ever wanted for yourself. So I wanted to say thank you, and to all the men here, just wanted to wish you a very, very happy Father's Day, being excellent fathers, and just wanted to say that I recognize you and recognize all your efforts. Thank you.
Mr. Keener.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a quick thank you to Zoya. Just say that you've represented your peers extremely well over the time that you've spent here, and you should be proud of what you've done and how you represented your peers. And I wish you the best of luck in all your future endeavors.
Thank you. Anyone else? I have a few comments. I was at the baseball game on Sunday. It was about 98 degrees. So it was interesting because it was the first sporting event that I've gone to this year that had bleachers, and the bleachers were packed. So Mr. Feder brought up what we can't do in the building. Well, it didn't happen there. So I just want to compliment CJ and Tim Sweeney for a great season, and all the guys on the baseball team. They had a great season. And even though they lost, it was a really unreal game. Softball is playing or played already today, so we don't know if they're going further in the States. But Heather Wells and her coaching staff have done an unbelievable job. It was a young team, and they've accomplished a lot this year. So I want to congratulate our softball team for a great season. Lacrosse, girls lacrosse, did a great job, accomplished a lot. They didn't win, but they accomplished a lot at the end, and I want to congratulate Coach Sean Edwards and Shannon O'Brien, who is a graduate of South Brunswick High School, for doing a fantastic job. Margot Costello broke a 8-year record this year of how many goals in a season with 73. The old record was 62, so she basically shattered the old record. And boys lacrosse did a great job, and I want to congratulate Coach Young for a great season and his team. But Zoya brought up the boys and girls track field. Well, they're like in they're basically in a league by themselves. Every year they just win. No matter what class, what kids on the field. So I have to say our coaching staff is unreal. So I want to congratulate the coaching staff and all the boys and girls too. I have to congratulate, and I know I've said it before, but Project Graduation, all the people that are involved, they've done a hell of a job. Gina and her group, as Zoya and her class move to graduation, and that they're able to pull together the iPlay project graduation is fantastic, and I know they all look forward to that. I also have to, and I haven't done this in a while, but I think we're overdue. I have to compliment Scott Feder, David Pulowski, Kim White, and as Scott says, Dr. Diz or Jen. Our senior staff are definitely unsung heroes. They've done this COVID gig for the last 2 years, basically, and it hasn't been easy. At times it gets worse, like Scott said, not knowing where we're going, and they've trudged through the woods. So I want to compliment them and our entire staff for doing a yeoman's job again this year. So I know the South Brunswick and the kids, and I know the school board look forward to hopefully getting back to normal in September. So that being said, can I get a motion to move to executive? Moved by Mrs. Mehta. I have a second. Second by Dr. Raj. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Township of South Brunswick hereby moves into executive session in accordance with Sunshine Law, Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, NJSA 10:4-6 through 10:4-21 to discuss the following personnel. Our next meeting is, oh, wait a second, I got a little more. Be it further resolved that the discussion conducted in an executive session can be disclosed to the public at such time as the matter has been resolved. Formal action may be taken at any meeting. So I just want to point out to this town and district and everybody that watches, our next meeting is June 21st, which is a Monday. That is because graduation is that Tuesday. So again, like all my fellow board members have said, good luck to the class of 2021. We'll be talking about you on that meeting too, and we look forward to actually having a formal graduation because the last year some of us got very wet. Let's put it that way. So okay, so good night, South Brunswick, and we'll see you on June 21st. Thank you.